Good morning, all. Today we are going to see the sixth chapter of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The name of the chapter is Into the Forest. Four children, Susan, Edmund, Peter, Lucy, hide in the wardrobe from the housekeeper, Mrs. Macready. Edmund finds the filthy smell of camphor, and Susan said, "The smell of camphor is from coat, and it is used to keep the moth away." Peter said something stick into his back, and he said he sit on something which is wet and getting wetter every minute. This is the type of insect called moth. For this only they kept the camphor. Susan shocked, and all asked what is the matter. Susan said he is sitting against the tree, and sunlight can be seen. At last that wet stuff is nothing but it is a snow, all blinking in daylight in winter. Peter apologized to Lucy for not believing. Peter asked all to go and explore the trees. It's too cold, so all wear the fur coat. Wearing a fur coat which is long like a rob's. See this picture, they all wear a fur coat which is too long to them and they look like a rob's. There were heavy dark clouds. Edmund told to head to left to find the lamp post. And at last all realized that Edmund was in Narnia before. Peter and Susan let Lucy to decide where to go, and she takes them to Mr. Tumnus the fawn. Here is a picture of Mr. Tumnus the fawn. All walk briskly, and there is surprise to them that the door was broken into pieces and ashes out of fire. The cave is so dark and it is so cold, and had a feeling of no live in the cave for several days. Peter can see a piece of paper and something was written in that. And there, Peter finds a piece of paper nailed to the floor. The children take it outside and to read. They crowd around the Peter as he read out the following words. Here is the following words that are written in paper. Mr. Tumnus' cave has been ransacked, and a note tapped to the front states that the fawn Tumnus is under arrest and awaiting his trial on a charge of high treason for comforting the queen's enemies and fraternizing with humans. The note is signed by Maugrim, the captain of the Queen's secret. Susan and Peter are frightened and ask Lucy to explain about the Queen. She tells them that the Queen is actually the horrible White Witch who has cursed Narnia to an eternal winter without Christmas. Here is the Queen. And Susan wants to go home because it seems like things are getting dangerous. Lucy thinks they are obliged to help Mr. Tumnus because he got into trouble for protecting her. Edmund is still thinking about food. So Edmund, Peter, Susan was not ready to go a step further, but both the girls are ready. At last, after a brief discussion, all agree that they must stay in Narnia and attempt to rescue Mr. Tumnus. Although the children want to help, they have no idea what to do. Lucy spots a robin on a tree branch. Robin is nothing but a Taiwan bird, and observe that it seems like it wants to say something to her and her siblings. She wonders aloud if birds can talk in Narnia, and then asks the bird to tell them where Mr. Tumnus has been taken. Rather than answering, the bird begins to hop from tree to tree, and in this way leads the children through the woods. For about half an hour, The children follow the robin, which leads them slowly through the woods. As they follow it, Edmund worries aloud to Peter that the robin is leading them into trouble. Peter says that robins are good in all the stories he is read. Edmund asks that how do they know the queen really is evil and Mr. Tumnus is really good. Plus, they don't know their way home from the place the robin has led them, and they don't have any food. Peter is alarmed to realize these things. Thank you.